You know, I really appreciate magazines. They were like physical Instagrams. You know, I like the paper, you know, I like the full experience. A little paper cut every now and then is always, you know, nice. But yeah, where do we start out?
Very good, delicious, kebab, delicious, very good.
Nope. Let's just start from the beginning. You could have chose to go anywhere. Anywhere in the world. And of all the coasts, you could have went to the longest wave in the world. But no, we travel north. It's absolutely beautiful around here, but why do we choose it? Perhaps the people? It might have been the boat rides that convinced us. Maybe the wave? Or even the sunsets. But at the end of the day, we chose Tamarindo Bay. This place was really put on the map by this old guy right here, and he goes by the name of Robert August, which was in the film The Endless Summer, traveling around the world and ending up here in Tamarindo. Now it's flourishing with life and PURAVIDA feelings, and has inspired some of the greatest artists around. Not only that, but skaters as well. But it's become a huge party town. But who am I? You know, I'm pretty well known around the town. You know, people know me. Being surrounded by art is just one of my passions. You know, it just makes me feel like just in tune and alive. I love helping the community, and it's just like a big part of, you know, who I am. And I love nature, animals. It's my passion. And Tamarindo is where I'm from. I mean, I lived here my whole life. I consider my style as fun and just, you know, overall exciting, you know. I love the crowd, the attention, you know, honestly. And sunset's my favorite time to go surfing. I spend most of my time here at the Bonga House, but honestly, serving sushi here at the Barefoot restaurant is truly my passion. I was an alpha samurai sushi master. I mean, I guess God has his favorites, but like, I'm literally the chosen one. I'm literally like blessed by the samurais themselves, honestly. My name's Adrian, but they call me Splash, and I'm a surfer just like you, still trying to land an air reverse and just trying to find some good waves. I recently graduated from film school, so I decided to go over to the second longest wave in the world here in Costa Rica, also known as Pavones, and just do a little expression session, just cooking it up with my hat. But yeah, and I live right here in Tamarindo, Costa Rica, at the Bonga House, and this is a Splash Life original story.
Me and my niggas tryna get it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Hit that house, they tell me is you with it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Home invasion was persuasive. What's persuasive? What's persuasive? From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Dream the living life like rappers do. Like rappers do, like rappers. Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. They wasn't cool, they wasn't. I fucked Shireen and went to tell my bros. Tell my bros. Then Usher Raymond let it burn came on. That burn came on, that burn came on. Hot sauce all that night top rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Park the car then we start rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. The only thing we had to free our mind. Free our mind.
You know, I have a really good relationship with my father. I mean, we've known each other for like a long time now, and you know, it's just a really good relationship, you know, to have. I was pretty much made here in Costa Rica, but born in Florida. And you know, living in Florida, I wasn't really a big religious person, but very spiritual, very spiritual. And you know, in Florida, we learned to, you know, worship Kelly Slater from a young age. And I remember like ever since I was little, like me and my dad, we'd wake up early and just kind of like give back to Kelly Slater. You know, I've been surfing ever since I can remember. Like it was such a blessing, you know, knowing that, you know, at that young of an age that I was used to the water and the conditions and kind of like, you know, everything. And it's really important to get like exposed to that from a young age.
Yeah, like he was scared of the water because of the sharks and stuff.
When my family moved to Costa Rica, it was honestly like the best decision ever. I couldn't see myself living anywhere else, and honestly it made me the person that I am today.
He literally said, "You ruined my life moving to Costa Rica."
You know, I've been to Hawaii, like, you know, North Shore, and it's really good to have that exposure from a young age so that, you know the conditions, you're into the surf culture, you just kind of like, you know, more one into the community.
Yeah, at Honolulu, he would just not get in the water. He was with a Modi Boogie and staying in the sand. Then we go to Pipeline, he wouldn't get off the car. He just wanted to go to have snow cone and to shave ice cream in the Haliba.
It's just like an overall good experience.
So we moved to Costa Rica and created the Bonga House.
You know, living here, you meet so many surfers from all over the world, and it's just this really cool experience to be just part of the tourism, you know, and you just meet people from everywhere. And you meet people from all over the world, different cultures, and just, you know, they always bring something new, so it's always just a fresh new start. And I think that's what Bonga is really about, you know, the gratitude that we give back and, you know, the guests bring to us. Really a pretty cool symbiotic relationship, honestly. We've got a few permanent residents around here. Like Samantha. And Alfonso here. He likes to eat pineapple. Hagrid the Howler. Luna the cat, she's kind of like our favorite. She just kind of like walks around and just kind of like blesses people, you know, especially the guests. Then we have Sally the squirrel. But Bruce is our alpha. He's the absolute alpha here, and he's like the main dominant one here. Like, he takes over. And this is little Mike Wazowski. He's kind of like a new member here at the Bonga House. So here in Costa Rica, we got one of the loudest creatures in the world, and they can be heard for miles.
Peoples! ¡En flight! Peoples! Buena, peoples! Vamos, buena para los... Peoples! ¡En flight! Peoples!
You know, days here go pretty quick. You know, I just wake up in the morning, go for a quick splash. Come back and, you know, just start editing a little bit, you know. Then I start my daily routine. So like this is what I do every morning, or else I suck. This is like the full-on Splash Life original workouts to get yourself fibrous for those big waves. So, you know, it consists of mostly like push-ups and sit-ups and, you know, just casual, you know, daily workouts. One thing's watching it on your phone, and then one is actually doing it yourself. This is actually not a bag of fur. This is Suka, our dog, and he's actually really annoying. He's always where he doesn't need to be and just likes to like nibble at your toes. Yeah. After that, I cook my eggs, and I'm pretty passionate about it. Then I watch one of my vlogs on YouTube. Subscribe to Splash Life if you haven't already. After that, I'll just, you know, edit, but usually I just screw around and watch some surf videos. Once I goof off, I actually like film myself goofing off and post it, and then like just wait for it to blow up like on Instagram. Or I'll make like a surf meme.
Well, that's a good set. Dude, go for it. Go, dude. Like, that's all you, man. You got this. Paddle.
I usually get like bombarded by notifications. Well, not today. After that, you know, I'll do a surf lesson, teaching the right techniques, making sure everybody's, you know, doing the right thing. And sometimes you just gotta force them into it. You might be scared, but you know, that's just at the beginning. And Tamarindo is really just like a surf lesson mecca. Like, people come here from all over the world just to learn to surf. After that, I get passionate with the paint. Then I'll squeeze out some time for the sunset social. At this point, I start to put on my uniform and then just head back. And and just kind of like finish it off. Hey dude, nice ride, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, she's got some good horsepower, but I really wish I had the real thing. You know, I'm more of a cowboy.
Dude, one day I'm pretty sure you'll get your horse. It's just a matter of time. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, are you thinking fish tacos and a pilsen?
No, I think we should probably go surfing now.
You think she's gonna be there?
Yeah, the longboard princess, yeah, she's always there. Catches all the waves. Around this time of day, you can find the longboard princess. These are the true longboard legends. The official Tamarindo community. And they're out there every day, ripping. The longboard community here in Tamarindo is pretty strong, and these are the top 3 longboarders in the area. You know, it's kind of interesting because we think we surf water, but really we're surfing energy that flows through the water, creating the wave. And it's a very interesting concept because we really don't surf water, we surf energy.
Pipas. La oficina de pipa aquí presentándome aquí para el pueblo de Tamarindo y para el mundo. Más o menos 30 años de vender coco aquí en Tamarindo, en la playa. Y entonces aquí son las mejores pipas, las pelamos todos los días. Son muy frescas, no vendemos pipas viejas. Todas son nuevas. Una pipa bien natural. Esta pipa es buena para el cerebro, para la mente, para la barriga, para todo. ¡Pipas! ¿Quiere una? Una le puede costar 1.500, 1.000 colones, depende de la persona. Pipas son buenas para todas las enfermedades que tiene el ser humano. Pipas.
So Tamarindo Bay is split into 3 different regions, 3 different tribes. So this is pretty much what the map looks like. We've got Tamarindo in the center, Langosta, and Playa Grande. Which leads us to the three tribes. We've got the Tamarindians, the Langostians, and the Grandians. And we try our best to, behave. First off, we've got the Argentinians, who've pretty much have it all figured out in the shaping world.
¿Sí? Aquí con las máquinas se preparan, se hacen las plantillas y se preparan todas las partes, tapones, ¿sí? Lo que sea, en este cuarto. Cualquier agujero que se haga se hace aquí.
Then we have the locals, which primarily dominate Playa Grande, like Kevin here. He's pretty much the alpha. Then finally, we've got the people who've lived here like for forever and say Mae and PURAVIDA after everything they say. And that's pretty much everybody else, like Joe here. And we're all here for the surf, same reason why anybody else would be around here. And we're all pretty much local, Courtney went out and started, sucking the flowers early this morning. Then I realized we had a reservation, so I went over to the front desk to see who was checking in. I think it was some surfer from Chicago.
I'm here to check in at the Bonga House. So, where's the best place to surf? Are there any rocks? Oh my god, you were born in May? I'm also born in May. I'm a tourist. Is it all sandy bottom? Do you surf during high tide or low tide? Can you get barreled here?
So if you continue down this long road, you'd hit Langosta, a place where legends are born, made, and continue to be formed. So after sunset, everybody fadiddles down the beach and does their little daily walks. And then that's where you see the little crocs. Everybody's kind of scared of like the river mouth because of this little guy. His name's like Tony, but I've been in there all the time and I've never seen a crocodile in the river mouth. So I don't know what these guys are doing. And if you cross the river, you'll find Costa Rica's most musical break, also known as casitas, where you'd find Pelon just kind of like dropping in and doing what he does best.
I always liked music, and I've ever since I started surfing, I've always just fell in love with surfing, and I think our music kind of comes out. We all surf. We're lucky here in Costa Rica we can surf every day.
Pasión, libertad, arte, muy importante en mi vida.
Sí, totalmente. Los dos es puro fluir, disfrutar y transmitir a uno mismo y a la gente lo bonito que es tanto la naturaleza como la música para el cuerpo, para la mente.
No, usually surfers aren't very good musicians and musicians aren't very good surfers. I'm kind of like one of the only ones that I know, like needle in the haystack kind of basically. Only really good surfer and really good musician I know.
All right, we got a lot of fans out here trying to say if you got any hot cousins.
No, the only hot cousins I know are Eric's, but.
It's hi, if you want to hit me up, you can hit me up on my Instagram. Yeah, Puppy on Wax. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Then I started walking back to the front desk, and that's when I realized that half girl from India was there, and she kind of just started like checking me out. At this point, I lost my hat and I was looking for it everywhere. I mean, I even asked Mike Wazowski to see if he knew where it was, but I had an idea who might have taken it. At this point, Bruce approved of her. You know, I wasn't 100% in yet, so I had to play heads or tails. You know, so I flipped the fin, and you know, if it went that way, you know, I was going with her. You know, I was gonna do the full thing.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the stove. Faucets running and I keep looking at you. Stuck on your phone, you're stuck in your zone. You don't ever, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up. Lately, I've been a little fed up. Wish you would just focus on me. Can't focus on me. Baby, can you focus on me? Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Lazy and broke, no we get this money, so I guess I can't complain. But I feel alone even when we're alone. And that don't cause I can't, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up.
And it was at this point when we got a new member to the Bonga House. Luna just had a baby. So looking back at it, like, you know, Brooke's a true artist, and, you know, she makes these really cool looking rings and jewelry, and it was at this point where I was, you know, it kind of all came together, and I was like, you know, I finally kind of like found somebody to cook my eggs with. So Brooke just woke up one morning looking all cute, and, you know, she brought her own board bag, you know, her gear, her board, but, you know, as a surf instructor, you want to kind of like show her what's up, you know, so I had to stop her there for a second and kind of like run her through the full approach.
Didn't know I was swimming with sharks, but dangerous is oh just who you are. Pulled me down and dragged into the dark. Beneath the surface, yelling's worth. Lesson in your back's grip. Not your break and slip. No luring with those lips. Drowning in the dark. Trapped and can't quit. Circling when I tip. Now luring with those lips. Drowning. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm swimming with sharks. My body breaks from the weight of your sin. It's growing cold, I need to escape, but time's run out.
Then we really had this tradition where we really didn't wake up until we had
our morning smoothie. We're gonna get down and dirty with some lines today.
Ooh.
And videos.
Yeah.
And surfing. And
other cool stuff.
Other stuff.
It was at this point where Lil Mike Wazowski was starting to feel the passion himself. And I was just casually just on my phone working on a new meme, you know, because like I knew this one was gonna blow up.
When a newcomer arrives at your spot and doesn't know where to position themselves for the wave.
Lil Mikey liked it at least, and that's all that really matters. And as the sun starts to go down, everybody kind of hits the beach for like this sunset social. So you got people just kicking balls and just getting sandy, and they just kind of like walk to one end to the other and just embrace the final sunlight. But honestly, we just wanted to go surf.
I saw you throw your hands in the air and say a prayer. Your eyes were closed, your nose was breathing in the salty air. There was nothing you could do to make me love you anymore. You said, what a despair in you. I don't feel like I'm going anywhere with you. I might as well flip myself into your ocean. At least then I will be with you. And the ocean roared, and the ocean howled, and the ocean roared, and the ocean howled. So you jumped down from the cliff, you climbed into paradise that lay below you. I could only stare and watch my tears fall to the ocean.
At this point, I was checking for new likes, and then we realized that Luna and the baby ambushed a baby mot-mot, and we went in to go save him. We realized that he had broken a wing and could no longer fly. I brought him in with me, named him Ryan, and me and Mikey tried bringing him back, and just kind of tried our best to like release him. I was trying to show him the ways, and unfortunately it wasn't enough. You know, I was really sad because you kind of took the blame for it, but you know, what's a bird without a wing? It was at this point where I realized that, you know, things were moving pretty fast, and the days just kind of like came by all so quickly.
You really turn those lights
It was at this time where I knew she was leaving pretty soon and I had to bring her on one last date. But where could it be? So I took her to the hole. Soon after that, she left and left me with these little rocks in memory. And nothing was left but the memories. Living in a touristic town, it's kind of rough because you meet people from all over the world, have all these great connections, and then you don't know if you will ever see them again. You know, she was just a rock, and I was just a seashell. It's those times in life that really put you in perspective and really humble you down and bring you back to, you know, your purest form. And you got to put all that energy back into yourself. The wave connects us all, and just like any wave, you never know when you'll ever ride it again. It could be your last ride. I mean, even the best waves you've ever caught could be the last time that you ever surf a wave like that. And at that point is when I realized to do something creative, so I started painting.
still run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel it too? I still run to you, run to you.
Just like that, I made it to Surf City. A right-hand paradise. Salvador is pretty new and open to public now that it's been saved by the president, who wiped out gang members who pretty much were taking over the country. What we have now is a super cool, unexplored surf town. The town is called El Tunco. It's located in the center of Surf City, Salvador. Now it's all uplifted with bars, restaurants, and old ladies. People can now walk freely without any concern, except for old ladies. They kind of like just stare at you. This place is now flourishing with art everywhere, and I believe it's the next big surfing destination. And, ever since, Salvador's been cleaned up and, open to public, it's been just flourishing with surf events year-round, from the WSL to the ISA, and I want to check that wave out for myself. This wave is super slow breaking, super radical, and it's just a nice little wave to just smash. Like, the girls there just rip, they're just ripping. The guys don't even know what they're doing. Like check this guy out, just drank it. Anyway, the girls here rip. Every girl I saw here in Salvador just knew how to hit it. Also, this wave is super long, so you're gonna do a lot of just carving. This is like carvers paradise. before I left, boom, I got this whale. Like everywhere I go, I just need like, you know, a certain souvenir from the place, and this was just the one that I needed. Like I was just flipping out of how beautiful this piece was. I was just like full whale for a second. I just, boom, then just put it on like my desk. Fantastic fit right there. Just couldn't stop playing with the thing, man. It was just such an artistic piece of beauty. Like look at this thing, you know. And I think it's very important to just have something there to like look back on, you know. You know, since I was already within reach, I decided to make the full stretch.
Preview. Your attention, please. Please do not smoke in the terminal building.
And it was at this time where I decided to go the distance.
Smoking is only permitted in the specified smoking.
I was traveling to a world where Gabriel Medina rules. And so we're just flying over, seeing all the beaches, just super excited. And once I hit there, you know, I had to take a connecting flight because I was going to an island. Once I was there, I just kind of like took my little cart, you know, and I was just sitting there, you know, patiently waiting, playing Candy Crush. And, you know, I was calling Gabriel Medina, you know, I was calling, you know, Italo, you know, they wouldn't respond, probably traveling. So, yeah, I just kind of like waited a bit longer, you know, for a response on Instagram, but nothing, man, nothing. I was just sitting there, but then I realized my uncle lives here, and he swung by. And once we arrived there, we just show up to these lemons, you know, just pure lemons. You know, they got all these lemon plantations going on outside. And then there's Billy, he's like the watchdog, so you just gotta watch out, you know, he's just sitting there, making sure everything's, you know, under control. He's kind of just patient. He kind of looks like Scooby-Doo, you know, like if I didn't know who it was, I'd ask for an autograph, like straight up Scooby. And then there's Mambo, like Mambo number 5, but just Mambo. And yeah, it was a typical Brazilian introduction, you know. So I basically just arrived in Brazil, right? I'm just there, I met the fam, met the whole like dynamic. Next thing I know, like the whole fam's going over to the beach. And I was like, oh, wait for me. So this was like my opportunity to just strap on, put on my freaking wetsuit, which like I'm not, you know, not really familiar with, and just go out to the surf. Once I got to the top, I could just see the ocean. I was just so excited, so amped to just get down there. It's kind of like my first experience with cold water, so I was just so, you know, a little bit anxious but excited for the whole experience. Now it's too cold. Too cold. Too cold. Didn't last like 15 minutes. Like I couldn't feel my feet. My hands were just giving up on me. Yeah. It was funny because like they were all just kind of like laughing at me because they're used to that kind of water temperature, and I was like, these guys.
So Campeche is the name of the town, the main town there where I was staying, and it's actually pretty interesting because it's all modern and built up, but you still have that like surf vibe. But it was just really weird to me because I'm used to like palm trees and shacks on the beach and everything. It just felt really weird being in such a progressive place, you know, just all, you know, built up, but still having that surf culture and that surf feeling. I felt that was pretty cool. Around that area, you've got these really cool like rock formations, very smooth, just very nice, you know, very scenic.
Y bueno, la naturaleza principalmente es el gran inspirador de todos y de todo.
So it turns out my uncle is a full-on artist. So I see where I get it from. Like he's just drawing, he's coloring, he's got all these cool things going on, and it was just really a cool overall experience to see, you know, because I could see, you know, where it runs, you know, through the family. So it was just a pretty cool overall, you know, thing to watch and kind of like take in. Because he's got all this different kind of art, like, you know, trees, he's got like faces, you know, all kinds of just intertwining designs, and it's just really cool to see, you know, where we have, you know, art just kind of runs through the family. And just having, you know, I didn't really know he was a full-blown artist. I mean, it was cool. He would just be drawing in the morning, and then he'd like print shirt, and he'd be like, hey, you like this? And then later he'd be wearing a shirt, like wearing the whatever he was drawing. I thought that was pretty cool. After that, we drive over to Jurerê Internacional, which is pretty much like the Beverly Hills of Brazil. Got all these nice, you know, like glass homes and stuff, and we just show up, and it's a pretty nice neighborhood, you know, and some pretty nosy neighbors. She's also got this like pet bird that just likes to like keep a close eye on you, which is a little creepy, but yeah, I think his name was Pepe. So yeah, these two, you know, my cousin Laura and her man, you know, they were getting married, so there was a little bit of, you know, a little bit of passion in the air for sure. A little family photo. So the next day is like the typical Brazilian, like before the wedding party. So basically like a family gathering, but you see a bunch of Brazilians that you probably never seen, never met, and they swear to God they've seen you your whole life, and you just don't know who they are. Like, oh my God! Oh my God! And you just run around, like eat cookies and like just smile and, you know. So the next day, like, everyone's just getting ready for the wedding. So we put on our suits, you know, and Mambo's playing with his fidget spinner. You know, everyone's just getting ready. And then Pepe, of course, just, like, flies in and just starts, like, checking us out, you know, because freaking nosy. And then my uncle's in the back just playing Candy Crush. And we just start, like, jamming. We just jam. Point, like even I'm just, you know, screwing around, you know, flipping a chair, you know, just massaging it like this, and everyone's still getting ready now, you know, for the wedding. You know, at this point, I just start playing Candy Crush myself, you know, just look to the east and see if, you know, things are going to move any faster. And then, you know, that's when I realized this guy's a full-blown artist.
E a música, assim, que eu escutei do Sublime foi muito impactante na minha vida. Eu sempre gostei de ouvir música, mas quando eu escutei lá a primeira vez, foi muito aquela voz e o ritmo pega em você, sabe? Comecei a tocar com 15 anos, eu acho que é a primeira vez que eu ouvi.
So basically what he said is that he's a full-blown musician and Nirvana was his biggest inspiration growing up. So I'm like, you know what? Let's jam. So then it was time for the wedding.
Toda alegria e vida longa ao noivo e à noiva. Viva o casal!
If I learned one thing about Brazilians, is that they know how to party, and that's when everything changed. You know, I woke up all confused. I mean, I think I heard I fell off a balcony or something, but I was late to my show.
next day I just wanted to go surfing, so I was just so excited. I mean, the swell wasn't gonna hit for like another day or two, but I just wanted to get out there and, you know, get the best of it, so that's exactly what I did. Sometimes, you know, you travel the whole world, you go across the country to get some good surf, and sometimes it's just not your day, you know, and the waves just don't show up. If I were to give any advice, you know, it'd be you get what you get and you don't get upset.
And it was at this time where I decided to drop the board and hit the desert for another experience. It's harder than it looks. Like, you've got no fins on this thing, so it's just slipping and sliding, you know, you're just spinning around, no control, and you just pretty much hold on for dear life as you just like book it down the sand. Once I was completely covered in sand, I decided to surf Joaquina. Honestly, one of the top waves around. The swell didn't hit exactly as I wished, but a lot of crowds, a lot of people, a lot of energy, and I think I was ready for it. So apparently, there's no rules in Brazil. You know, it's pretty interesting, you know, experiencing that, and it's kind of like driving without traffic light, you know, everybody going everywhere, but it's part of the experience, and I was happy to accomplish that.
So it turns out that my uncle isn't just an artist, but he's also a designer, and he actually has a surf shop in Brazil, and he like makes shirts and all kinds of cool designs and prints and stuff. So I just wanted to go over there and kind of see the whole story, the logo, the whole thing, and how it actually came to be.
Hay unas 42 playas, cada playa con sus características, y hay bastantes playas de surf, playas, mucha juventud, mucho esportista. Con la ligación de América del Sur, ahí le coloqué el clima América del Sur. Inclusive después tuvimos un almacén, una loja del Surf Shop, y el nombre de la loja era América del Surf también. Y bueno, la historia de Kima comenzó realmente en Cali. Unos días después apareció un fotógrafo, era ecuatoriano, pero no me acuerdo el nombre de él. Él estaba viniendo de África y había hecho un trabajo fotográfico en una tribu de africanos allá. Ellos una vez por año le hacían un culto a la belleza. Y cada personaje que llegaba a esa fiesta venía producido así con arte conceptual, con colores, con penas, con semillas, cada foto era más loca que otra. Y este venía solo con un short blanco, y la cara de él había dividido así la mitad del rostro, lo había pintado todo de blanco, y en el ojo dejó un círculo, que era el color de la piel de él. Y yo cuando vi esta figura, yo ¡pum!, hice un clic. Y fue ahí que yo creé ese símbolo. Al real eran dos caras, era una negra y una blanca. A partir de ese momento comencé a trabajar encima de Kima, que era Kipi Magi. Inicialmente el símbolo era redondo, era bien redondo. Y fue hecho un trabajo así en algún momento y se dio una puxada, que es este que está aquí ahora, ¿eh?
So surfing a wave pool in the surfing world is pretty much like paying a prostitute. It's just low. You don't do that. You know what I mean? It's like basically not the essence of surfing. The essence of surfing is you go to the ocean, you know, you respect one another, the ocean, you wait, you learn patience, you get your wave, and the whole catching aspect is very important. But when it comes to wave pools, that's just like out of the picture. So it's almost like, you know, just very low. But you know what? There's this new park that opened, and it's only open to public for like a limited amount of time before it gets shut down for pro athletes. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
So you show up to this place, right? It's basically like Disneyland, but it's a surf land. And then you show up in there and it's all like airport. So you show up to reception and you pick your wave. So you go and you're like, you know what? I want extreme barrels, another one. So you show up to the park, right? And then you see this big blue pool, looks like a stadium. You know, they got it all organized, kind of like a surf contest, got the Corona Extra umbrellas, the whole thing, super modern. And then you just look around and boom, you just see the guys just freaking slashing the lip, and you're just excited because you've never seen this before. You're just, you know you're gonna come up and do it yourself. This pool's absolutely huge. It's just got, you know, space for miles, and they just opened it, so it's not even, you know, it's super new. You've got all these people walking around excited. They've got sunscreen dispensers and, you know, wax. Everybody's just super amped for their session. And so you just pretty much wait around here, and you just watch other surfers while you sit down in these kind of like beach lounge chairs and wait your turn. And once you're ready, man, they give you the rash guards, so everybody gets their rash guards, starts walking out, you know, into the water. There's a channel, so you don't really have to paddle much. It just sucks you right out. And then once you're there, one by one, everyone just kind of like shoots out, and then wave after wave. I mean, it's a little tricky at the beginning to get used to it, but after that, boom, you're just like one wave after the other, and it was just such an amazing experience to actually surf a wave like this, you know? My recommendation is put all your weight in the back and just aim for the beach, aim for the shore, and just hold it there. Then it comes to night, they got the stadium lights up and going, and you know, you're not gonna make half the waves. They're super fast, and you gotta get in quick and hope to pop out. Like it's in and out, you know. And then at the end, they just give you these photos, which, I mean, you have to buy these photos. It's like gnarly. So boom, they just give you these photos, and I was just so blessed to be like what opportunity will anyone really have to get these taken of you while you were at the wave pool? So it was just super worth it, and honestly a really cool experience for those surfers who've never done a wave pool. I feel like it's something that you should consider just to give it a try. I mean, literally when you're going down that wave, it's got so much power, and you're just trying to hold on, you know, just trying to stay in there, and the whole time this slab is trying to throw you off. And the second you just lose concentration and go over the falls, you're hitting the floor hard, you know. It's still a wave, it's still powerful, it's still, you know, surfing. So it's actually a really cool thing to just witness and experience. And that pretty much ends the Brazilian trip.
Hey! Dude, I need more sauce. Dude, I need more sauce, man.
And just like that, I was back home cooking my classic gallo pinto.
Yeah. Falling into love hurts just as much as falling out of it. But I'll scrape my knees and scar my shins. I hope you never doubted that I'm down for you. Wanna hit the town, make it loud, be a clown for you. Or maybe we could be a Romeo and Juliet, except without the age difference, and we can forget the death. Cause this is love at first sight. There's no doubt in my mind. And darling, forget about the time, cause you're mine. And I'll spend every second chilling with you. Like this, that vintage Nickelodeon innocence love. Innocence the type of if we fight, let's chill and make up. You're one in a million pay stubs, but to me you're like a lottery. There's a lot of fish in the sea, but you're a catch that's so startling. Baby, I know that there's a lot to do, it's awful too. And in your past there's a lot to chew. I'll buckle up, like your burden's a weight to carry, but it lessens at a steady rate. And I'll be by your side like your phone pocketed on second dates. Honestly, I just want some acknowledgement for confidence and compliments. But maybe I'm not hitting the dot, but I'm still taking my shot. I'ma practice and go again, and you can show me around, and you can even will your friends. Like I know that they'll be talking with their dissonant whispers, but shiver me timbers.
You know, it's a skill that all surfers have deep down inside, and it's you know, fort building. And you know, I've been pretty passionate about it. You know, I've been here for the past few hours, and it's just an overall good hideout to have, you know. And all different types of surfers have like different styles or formations. I mean, I kind of like the nest look. It's pretty scenic, and it's just overall nice for shade. And it's just a great way to just, you know, check the surf, you know. And you know, slowly you just keep adding to it. And eventually, like, you know, other surfers will try to come in and take your hideout. And it's just something that's not really talked about, but it's like huge in our culture. And, you know, nowadays we just have to be more protective of our nests, because it's something that really helps us and puts us together as you know, as a species. And then, you know, once the tide's right, you're ready to come out there and look. And I didn't see anything worthy, so I just went back into my hole. We've got one of the most challenging ones around. Only the most skilled athletes can actually make it in the hole.
Like I'm going affect you and consume you. It's a disease of the mind, it can control you. I feel like a monster. Oh, Serbia, it's like the darkness is the light. Serbia, am I scaring you to listen? Serbia, ain't you so what you like? Serbia, to Serbia.
I was back on my phone playing Candy Crush, and I don't know why I keep saying that. I hate Candy Crush. I'm actually playing Angry Birds.
Coconuts, pipas. Las primeras pipas de tamarindo a nivel mundial. Tome pipa original. Pipas.
Then I heard her message, and she came back. It was really cool to have, like, you know, her back on the Splash Life team, and yeah, we were off, you know, doing our Costa Rican things. Beach dates and surfing are fun, but like if you really want to make a move, you got to bring her to the waterfalls. I mean, if you want to wet the sardine, fantastic, but the artwork isn't going to cut it. Your kitty might be cute, your one-handed juggle might be impressive, and your glow-in-the-dark fins, you know, might impress her for a bit, but not in the long run. I mean, if you want to impress anybody, I mean, bring them to the waterfalls. You want to raise? Bring them to the waterfalls.
I can feel you in my heart. You in my heart. Oh, in my heart.
Even though the waterfalls were fantastic, every tourist has to go back home at one point. And so, yeah, I mean, that's how it is. You know, it really got me thinking that surfing is way more than what we think it is. You know, we think of it as just going to the beach, surfing with our friends, and searching for some good waves. But as a result of that, if it wasn't for surfing, I would have met any of these great relationships, met any of these amazing people along the way. And honestly, I think this town, or any surf town in general, wouldn't have been created if it wasn't for the surfers who came here and created it. I mean, surfing's more than just the wave and the process of it. It's the lifestyle that brings us to these locations that we wouldn't even want to go to if it wasn't for it. And the music and everything that comes with it, which creates the splash life. And just like that, I made it back to Pico Pequeño, where it all began. We are the pioneers, and we shall always keep our oceans clean and keep it juicy.
Anything a man still dreaming of, pause. Stop the clock if I get ripped off, will I give a fuck or not? With a beat too aggy, this is how I'm feeling. Beat you up, smacking from the floor to the ceiling. Stop, I mean the whole place shakes at a base weight, I don't want to go out of space. Did you have to win? That's what anything that does, it's just a trick.